What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video with the Off-Road Rhino. My name is McLean. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about why we are no longer going to be running our rooftop tent on Thule Crossbars. Now, if you're new to the channel, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out to keep creating great off-road content for you guys. If you've been here before, we appreciate you coming back. Do us a favor and take a moment while you're watching this video to click the like button. Let us know in the comments what you think of this video, as well as anything else you'd like to see in future videos. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about why we will no longer be mounting our tent onto Thule Crossbars. For those of you who are curious about the way we've been doing it in the past, we have a YouTube video about how we've been running our rooftop tent on these Thule Crossbars. I'll go ahead and link the video in the description. But basically, for the last year and a half, we have been mounting our rooftop tent onto some Thule crossbars that mount into the rain gutters on the Jeep Wrangler Hardtop. From here on out, we are no longer going to be using that system, and this is why. A few months ago, we purchased a new roof rack for the four-door Jeep JK from Ace Engineering, and with the help of our friend Steven, who you've seen wheeling with us in the past, we were able to install it despite the bitter cold winter of Utah. So the purpose of this video is to go over some of the reasons that we purchased a new roof rack, and I'd also like to go over some of the pros and cons of this new rack. I'll have the installation footage running simultaneously so you all can see how easily it came together for us. So question number one, why did we purchase a new roof rack? Well, the first reason is because the Thule bars were only a temporary and inexpensive way to begin using our rooftop tent right away without having to spend a whole lot of money on a roof rack. And we never had any problems with the Thule bars. A lot of people had concerns about the stability or whether it would hold up in the rain gutters of the hardtop and things like that. Over a year and a half, you guys, we never had any problems with the Thule bars. So none of this has anything to do with any failure of that system or anything like that. It's simply Thule bars were only meant to be temporary. The number two reason why we got a new roof rack, confidence in the sturdiness and stability. So when we were running the tent on the Thule bars, I trusted that it would be stable and secure, but I still went and inspected it every single time we went out on a trip. And that's a good practice to have, just to look over your stuff. But the reasons that I was doing it were not because of habit and good practice. It was more driven by other people's concerns about their stability, and I was not 100% certain myself that they would be stable and sturdy forever in the rain gutter mounts. But now with this new roof rack, I have complete confidence in the sturdiness and stability, because it is actually mounted into the roll cage of the Jeep. So based on the way it's built and the way it mounts into the vehicle, I have complete confidence in the sturdiness of this, and this thing is gonna be as sturdy as can be for as long as we leave it on the Jeep. The number three reason that we purchased a new roof rack is simply for aesthetics. It matches the look of our build. We think it looks super cool up there, very beefy, very strong looking, so we just like the way it looks. All right, on to the number two question. Why did we choose this roof rack over some other ones? The first reason is that it's compact. We never wanted the look of a bulky body-mounted roof rack that seems to cover our entire Jeep. So we chose this one because it only goes over the back half of the hardtop for a four-door JK. It doesn't cover the freedom panels, which means we can still remove those and take our doors off when we're out on trips and we have the rooftop tent on. Number two, it's compatible with our trail rack system, which is what we use to mount the rotopacks onto the sides of our hardtop. A lot of roof racks would not be compatible with where those brackets go, and this roof rack perfectly integrates with that trail rack system. Number three, ease of removal. I can take the roof rack off of the hardtop by simply undoing 8 easy bolts. I could take the hardtop off still by doing 16 total bolts. So it's very easy to remove the rack itself. And one other cool feature of this roof rack is you are able to mount it onto the brackets without the hardtop onto the Jeep. So someday in the future, we may find ourselves using our rooftop tent with no hardtop on the Jeep at all, and I think that will be really cool. The last thing that I just want to talk about is some of the cons that I can see with this roof rack. Now this was a pro for me, which was the compact size, but I could see how that could easily be a con for somebody who needs to store a lot of gear. There's not that much storage space on top compared to a rack that goes over your entire roof. So I could see how that would be a con if you have a lot of gear to pack. The number 2 con that I could think of is that this roof rack requires permanent hardtop modification. That wasn't a big deal for us. It took us a little while to come to grips with the kind of build that we wanted to have. And what I mean by that is, would we be okay leaving the hardtop on most of the time, if not all of the time? And it took us about a year to come to the conclusion that yes, we'd be cool with that. It's totally fine if we never take the back of the hardtop off. But some people might not be ready to come to grips with that, and that's totally fine. The other thing is you do have to drill into the hardtop in order to mount this roof rack. So permanent hardtop modification, we'd already drilled our hardtop to mount our Trail Rack's Rotopack system. So putting another couple holes in there wasn't really a big concern for us. Just a couple last things I want to say about the installation. A second person is not required. I think one person could definitely tackle this install, but it would take about twice as long. Steven and I busted it out in about 2 hours, and we had a couple of things that we needed to troubleshoot. Having a second person there made it so much easier. So I would definitely recommend at least 2 people tackle this install. So that's all we got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you're new here and you like the content, like I said, do us a favor, click that subscribe button. It always helps us out. And leave us a like on the video as well. Let us know what more you want to see. Feel free to ask any questions about our build in the comments and we'll always answer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.